your speech over there, and you were talking about, sure, you might not be a bar owner, but you kind of you've been through a struggle of your own in terms of owning a business.
Right.
So will you kind of tell me, kind of repeat what you were telling all these bar owners here today?
Well, basically what I'm telling the bar owners is that I stand with them. I've been through their struggle. I know exactly what they're going through. But the bar business is kind of our lane too, because not only did I own the salon, my boyfriend Tim and I, we are musicians as well. And I have not had a gig since the mid-March. And so that was actually our biggest income coming into our household. The salon was kind of secondary. So it doesn't matter what business you're in, though. All businesses are essential, and it affects over 1 million people just in Texas alone when you shut down the bar industry. So it's really sad for everybody.
And what do you think is the biggest argument you're hearing from bar owners today? Do you think it's the timing? Do you think it's the unfairness of bars being singled out? What do you think is the biggest outcry today?
I definitely think it's bars being singled out, because it seems to me that if you single out one entity, that means that you think that those owners aren't responsible enough to take safety precautions because they sell 1% more of alcohol than a restaurant does. So restaurant owners are responsible, bar owners are not. It makes zero sense.
What's your kind of biggest piece of advice? Because you've been through this yourself, right? So what's your biggest piece of advice to anyone who might go up against the law, decide to open? What's your biggest piece of advice?
My biggest piece of advice, if you decide to open and defy the ordinance, it's extremely important that you protect people as much as possible and not be part of the problem of spreading the virus. We don't want everybody to just go wild. We want to make sure that everybody stays safe and that bar owners are responsible enough to keep people safe and be open at the same time.
Okay, great. What's kind of, you said something interesting, I thought, when you said, the governor didn't come and rescue me, my attorney rescued me, and so did the Supreme Court. Sorry if I'm hitting you, I don't really... Oh, sorry about that. So will you kind of tell me, just kind of repeat that and what you kind of meant when you said that?
Well, a lot of people think that Governor Abbott was the one that saved me from jail, and it wasn't. It was actually the Supreme Court. And Governor Abbott did roll back what he said as far as not being able to put people in jail for defying the ordinance, so we're thankful for that. But as far as me being out of jail, it's only temporary, and my case is still in the Supreme Court. And Dallas County is also still has an injunction to try to take my business down.
Okay, great. Shelly, thank you so much.
To about fighting the government. Let's give her a round of applause. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me here. First of all, you guys are very courageous because you have a lot more at stake than what I did. A TABC license is scary. I will tell you, though, when I first opened, I had 20 stylists. I guess people know that I was the salon opener that stayed open. Okay, so I had 20 stylists, but when it was time to come back, only 3 showed up because they were afraid of getting their cosmetology license pulled. Something that if they got that pulled, they would have to have an entirely different career. That was personal to them. And I told them, don't come in if you feel afraid. But let me tell you what, when TDLR tried to come in, I said, oh no, you're not coming in this establishment, and we protected our employees, number 1. Number 2, we did not let cops in unless we wanted to, because they needed a warrant to come into our place.
Right, yeah.
You want to come in, either you're buying beer or you bring a warrant. One of the two. Yeah. One of the things that got, and a lot of people think Governor Abbott saved me. He did not. He cowered. Because what I will tell you is the Supreme Court saved me. My attorney saved me by writing up a writ of habeas corpus, which got the Supreme Court to take me out of jail for now. And then Governor Greg Abbott said we might open in a few days. If he would have just opened the day that I was in jail, I would have served fewer days. I could still go back for the other 5 days that's still in the Supreme Court right now. They're still trying to take away my salon completely. There's an injunction where they want to completely shut my salon down.
Keep fighting.
Oh, I'm
Keep fighting.
Girl.
You're not alone.
It's good. What I want to tell you is a lot of people, because I understand what T is saying about the hate. No one has received more hate than me right now. I'll tell you that right now. I do not care what people say, and a lot of times they can't even spell. So, I will tell you one thing, and it's just some of the few things that I've learned, because April 24th is when I opened. And I feel like a lot of the questions that I'm getting right now I feel like you're in my April 24th, if that makes sense. The reason why Governor Abbott moved the salons up 10 days was because we were able to prove, I know it's sad, but we were able to prove that we were responsible enough to open without infecting people, and that's what the public wants to see from you too. And as you can see, I'm not a huge mask person. I don't like it. I don't believe in it that much. We wear masks in our salons since April 24th. Number one, it lets our clients feel safe coming in. It gives them a sense of safety when they come in. Number two, the microscope was on us. So if you want to open under the ordinance, defying the ordinance, the microscope is on you, and you have to prove that you're responsible enough to take care of this until we win the lawsuits to where we can do what we want again. Does that make sense? The people are watching you. You don't want to be a bunch of crazies. I don't know, the words are a lot worse. Going around killing everybody for a drink, because I killed people for a haircut. It's not about the drink. It's not about the haircut. It's about being able to feed your families. It has nothing to do with what you sell. If you pick up garbage, the government, the governor, they still get their paycheck every damn day. That's what they don't understand. And the people that are fighting you are probably getting unemployment money. They don't understand until they cannot feed their families, and that's when they start to understand. Until then, you have to fight for yourself. Number two, I understand, and it's a big elephant in the room right now. You and the protesters are fighting for the same thing. The protesters, not you, the protesters, the ones we're talking about. You're fighting for rights and liberty and freedom in the peaceful way. Causing a stink, getting loud. That is what's important. So the people that are protesting peacefully, even though some may not know it and you may not know it, you're fighting for the same thing. Just realize that. Rights, liberty, freedom. So don't get mad because they're protesting. We're protesting. It's the same. Don't be mad at them. It's the same thing. That's the one thing that I want to tell you guys. We're all in this together, and people hate me for saying that.
No, they don't.
Oh, they do.
So what?
Trust me.
So what?
Oh, I don't care.
It doesn't matter what they think.
But what I'm telling you is, all press is good press. And if people are talking about you, you're doing it right. None of it matters. So, if you want to open, you open. And I'll tell you what, I don't know how many cases, it's TDLR instead of TABC, we have TDLR in salons. I just got a letter yesterday, that someone filed a complaint on me again that I was open. When we're allowed to be open. That's how dumb people are. But I had like 10 cases excused against me. You want to know why? Because there's nothing in their rules or regulations that says that under COVID-19 in a pandemic, I can't be open. And TABC does not have that either.
No.
So what are they using against you? Nothing. The word of one man, and it's not good enough for me, and I know it's not good enough for you.
No.
We live in America. One man does not tell us what we do in our state. And it's important for you to start at the very lowest possible place in your community. Your schools, they need to be open. Your kids need to go to school. The reason why they don't want you to go, the kids to go to school is because they need you to stay home to watch them, and you can't go to work. That's their game. It's all connected. You have to start at the very, very bottom. Start with schools. Start with, if you live in Dallas, Judge Moyer, the one that put me in jail, he's up for re-election in November. There's a great lady named Jessica running against him. Contact me if you need any kind of information on that. I don't even live in Dallas. All I'm saying is work together. Open. If your cause is that true to you, open. We will back you. We will be there. At least you don't go to jail.
Yeah.
At least that's one thing. Because he admitted he was so wrong, you cannot go to jail. So fines, we'll all band together on the fines. You get fines, trust me, you can raise money. You can raise money. Anyway, if you guys have any questions for me as far as opening, your safety concerns, all of the salon requirements that Governor Abbott put out, that was the list I gave him to open salons, because he just wanted to be able to show the public that we could be responsible. Here's what's sad. What is the difference between you guys and a restaurant? 1%. 1%. 1%. Legally, right? That's crap. So what I would do is go around and take pictures of all of these quote-unquote restaurants that are packed with people and say, what is the difference? There's your lawsuit. And then put pictures of your place where you've got people just sitting in family sections. I know at Heroes, I don't know where Shanita went. They have, yes, Harris's Heroes. They have booths to where only families can sit in a section together. You're responsible, you're smart enough to take care of your own bar. And I don't like how they're coming after bar owners as if you're bad. They did the same thing with salons. They opened microblading for salons, but a tattoo parlor couldn't open. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So they want you to be quiet. They want me to be quiet. That's not going to happen.
No.
So I'm here with you guys. Fight together, band together. If you have questions, please let me know. Thanks for having me.
Kelly Luther, I'll give her another round. You work hard. You work hard. But we have some more that want to speak. One of the ways, I want you guys to understand that we all jump into a lawsuit. That doesn't mean that this isn't overnight. The governor's been super inconsistent. I mean, you lead by example, and he's backtracked everything he said. But he'll probably hammer down on this one just because he's mad. And, you know, if he would just, like, let us come in for 15 minutes, we could explain to him safety measures, because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's listening to everybody else. He's a sheep. Vote him out.
Personal value.
Vote him out. This lawsuit is long and hard, and unless you're up for that long, hard battle, you probably shouldn't jump on that train. But if you're up for that and you want to join, I'll get you signed up. I'll get your information. We'll put you in there. One of the ways that we're going to be able to get our bars back open is by showing the governor that we also can be safe. I believe it's your personal responsibility to social distance. I believe as an adult, your parents hopefully told you to wash your hands your whole life. I would think, I've always had a little bubble, I would think you don't just walk up and touch strangers. These are things that are your responsibility. But as bar owners, we need to be responsible too. I had COVID 3 months ago. I thought I was going to die. Died. I tested negative the first 2 times, and I was sick. I didn't even get a positive till I was almost well. You don't really know who has this flu. Nobody knows who has the flu. So you, as a bar owner, just like we want to make sure somebody's 21 or legal drinking age, we want to make sure they're not intoxicated. We don't want someone wearing a mask in our bar, because if they're going to rob us, we need to protect ourselves. We need them on the cameras. We also need to make sure our customers are safe. But they need to make sure they're safe. It's really simple. Come or don't come. We're going to protest at my bar every Sunday. Stay your ass at home.
Thank you.
We're going to protest every single Sunday at the machine shed in Kilgore, Texas. You're welcome to drive up. We have hotels there. If you want to be a speaker, some of the greatest voices are the ones who've been through a lot. It's not the Republican candidate that might be running for governor that's coming this Sunday. It's someone like Coy Chu with Whiskey Girls out of Abilene that couldn't be here today, who lost their license. They're coming to speak. I want to hear real stories.
Yes.
So the the last thing I'm going to say, and then we're going to move it on. He's going to speak. This sweet girl right here is going to speak.
David.
I want to talk to you about the musicians. Yeah. This isn't just about us. If you have a music company, if you own something that's suffering, please talk to me. We want you there too. This is about all these bands that live and thrive off of us booking them. They've all been canceled overnight. They can't work again.
Tia, the first 3 days of the first shutdown, bands I worked for lost $75,000.
$75,000 lost by bands in 3 days. We need to think about them.
So I don't know if y'all know, Tim and I have a band. So that's why we have stake in this game. A lot of people say, stay in your lane, Barbie. Yeah, this is my lane. Tim and I, March 15th, and we, as soon as COVID shut down, within 1 week, how much did we lose in 1 week?
It was 40,000 the first week, 30 the second.
40,000 the first week, 30,000 the second week. And that's just not money that we take in. That's money that we were paying our musicians, our sound people, our production people, all of those things. So it's not just bar owners, it's not just bartenders, it's liquor, it's everything that's involved in this. This is a huge community. You guys have a huge fight with you, but I want to say, I am in your lane. Tim and I are completely affected by this too, so we will not leave you.
That was one of the reasons that we decided to do the protest. It's not just a protest, it's a rally and a jam out. It's a jam out. Last week,